have mentioned earlier these works that Yoko Ono does called the word series, the word painting. Some are in the museum. They always work in a very simple way. One surface, one word, and her name. So here you have touch. Often one word, from time to time she has two. One in the garden is open window. But by putting in her face, in her eyes, and in our minds, one word, like what we're talking about with the very simple gesture of opening a door, Yoko Ono invites us to think about these words, to think about what they mean and or how they affect us. Touch, very simple. We do it every day. Actually, we used to do it more. Because right now, we're in the middle of the world pandemic. We actually cannot touch. We cannot touch surface. We cannot touch people. We can barely touch ourselves. So this simple word that 6 months ago had a totally different meaning, today is actually crystallizing something which is happening in the world. When you don't touch, you don't get to know people. When you meet someone, you shake hand. Actually, Yoko Ono has a painting in the exhibition which is painting to shake hand, which is an open canvas. You put your hand through and you shake hand. You touch someone. When you meet someone, you shake hand or you hug. So you get to know people by this sense of touch. You get intimacy by this sense of touch. Some people read by touching. So right now, in the world we're living in, this very simple word, this very simple gesture become almost impossible. And it reminds us how much this action of touching is at the center of humanity. So you look at it here, of course it's in nature. Here actually you can touch. You can hug trees, they are not dangerous. You can touch the grass, you can touch the element. In the piece with the mirror, you can touch the sky. And we'll see that there is one piece in this garden exhibition of Yoko Ono, which is a direct invitation to elevate yourself and touch the sky. We're talking with the door that you have to open and lower yourself to go through. When you lower yourself to go through, actually, as a paradox, you elevate yourself to be involved with art. And here, if I look at this piece, nature understood it. It's covered with spider web. It means two things, that spiders can read, spider in Portugal speak English, and spider in Portugal like art. Here we have one of my favorite pieces in the park. There are many, though it's difficult to choose, but this one is an invitation to step out of your comfort zone. We had that with lowering with the door, but here she's really asking us to do something that is not conventional, even though many people do it every day, again, without thinking of it. The piece is called Voice Piece for Soprano. Again, it's a piece, instruction piece, as she's done a lot, like again the door, but this invitation, this instruction that Yoko Ono share with the visitors, inviting them to do something. So here, the instruction is quite simple. Voice piece for soprano, scream against the wind, against the wall, against the sky. Again, the elements are coming back. We talked about it, the wind, the air, the sky. Of course, Yoko Ono is known as a musician, as someone who has also worked on stage and has performed. And actually, when you look at her music career, screaming in front of a microphone is something that she has done many times. I actually think there is a concert, if memory serves, where she is with John Lennon and Carlos Santana. And she is in front of the microphone, and among other things. she screams. In one of her latest exhibitions a few years ago at the Museum of Modern Art in New York, she was asked to deliver a speech, and she came in front of the microphone and deliver a speech, scream, sorry. So screaming is part of what we do, but when you scream, you go out of your body. You do an act which is both an act of joy or an act of pain. But it's an act, it's an intense act. So here what's happening is our visitors are invited to this location in front of the classical park, the classical garden. There is a microphone and a sound system, and the audience is invited to come and scream. They can scream at themselves, they can scream at their family, they can scream at the sky, at the wind, they can scream. Strangely enough, since the piece has been installed, I haven't heard many screams, and it tells you something, that many screaming is not a natural thing to do. You need to make an effort. You need, again, to go out of your comfort zone. You need to voice something. You need to voice either an opinion, or a noise, or a sound. You have to make a statement. And Yoko Ono, when she invites people to participate in the work, because this piece is only one of many pieces in this exhibition for which Yoko Ono is asking the audience to participate, to finish the work, to share the work with her. And she trusts that first people will, and that people will do it respectfully. So now that I explained all of that to you guys, I have to scream. I have to scream. Obrigado! Nada.